Welcome to the press briefing. Chairman of the House Committee, Ms. Starry Lee, and also chairman or members of subcommittees will take turn to speak, and then we'll open to the floor to the press. And when you ask questions, please identify the agency you represent. I give the floor to Ms. Starry Lee. Friends from the media, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. The purpose of the briefing is to give an account of the work of the Council's Subcommittee on Policy Issues. Next to me, I've got 9 chairmen or members of subcommittees relating to policy issues for this term. Now, we are important constituents of the Hong Kong SL governing team. We are participants and facilitators in reforms, and we have been tendering advice to government officials. And in each session, we conduct studies on subjects of concern to the public. And the purpose of setting up subcommittees is to further our study. The 7th LegCo, the House Committee and panels have set up a total of 26 subcommittees on policy issues to conduct studies on various important subjects. We've covered development of the Hong Kong, Guangdong, Macau, GBA, promotion of national security, education, development of the Northern Metropolis, development of smart city, and also policy and initiatives relating to population and also cost effectiveness of public works project. We carry out discussions with the administration and collect public view. We also go on duty visits with relevant bureaus. The Electoral Secretariat also carry out desktop research, comprehensive reviews and studies of current measures and proposals, and we also give specific proposals to the government so that we can have high quality development and we can address public expectations and come up with policy issues that need social needs. After we have completed our work, our subcommittees will tender reports to the House Committee or the panel they belong to, and will also tender such reports to the administration for follow-up. In this session, I have suggested to the administration that we carry out follow-up meetings so that we can have focused discussion with the administration on the work of 9 subcommittees. I am very thankful to the administration for the recognition they've given to us and the high regard and very active follow-up work on these recommendations. This has shown the very beneficial and positive interaction between the administration and the legislature so that we can work towards the goal of from governance to prosperity. I hope that the CE in his policy address to be delivered in September can take on board the suggestions by our subcommittees. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank our subcommittees for the hard work and also the cooperation from policy bureaus and also the very professional support given by our secretariat. Now I'll invite chairman of 9 subcommittees or a member of this subcommittee to introduce their work to us. I'll first invite Mr. Kenneth Leung, the subcommittee on policy relating to population policy and initiatives. Over to you. Thank you. Ms. Lee, I'm very pleased to give an account of the work of our subcommittee to the press. Now we have review the population policy of Hong Kong, and we'll also look into the various challenges brought about by demographic changes of the community, and we'll also study the short, medium, and long-term initiatives of the government in this regard. Now, because various policy bureaus are involved in our population policy, the government should consolidate and enhance its steering work in population policy. There should be high-level steer for overall consideration and planning, and we should set up visions and objectives for our overall population planning so as to enhance our long-term sustainability and competitiveness. Since the publication of the Population Policy Strategy Initiatives 2015, it's been 10 years, and we have seen very significant changes in the social environment, economic, and population structure. The administration should come up with another population policy with foresight that can catch up with the needs of the times. We've also considered issues related to labor shortage, the need for more education planning, how to promote family-friendly policies to encourage childbirth, and to create environment conducive for bring up children, the medical needs of our elderly persons, so that we can build an inclusive society. We hope that the government can continue to improve its overall strategy and policies to improve our policy structure, so that we can continue with the high quality development of Hong Kong, and that we can enhance the vibrancy of our community for sustainable development of Hong Kong. Thank you. I now give the floor to Ms. Lam So Wai, the subcommittee on enhancing support for the disabled. Thank you. We have met for 8 times. We have collected views of the public through public hearings. We've also visited the Integrated Rehabilitative Service Complex in Siu Lam to understand the residential care and day training services for persons with disability there. I hope that we can together build an inclusive society that is beneficial to the overall interests of the disabled. We suggest that the government enhance its medical and social support for persons with disability, and to shorten the waiting time for respite care services, so that we can enhance the safety net for our disabled persons. As for social inclusion, we should introduce a barrier-free access across the board, improve our public transport facilities, and introduce smart technology to help the mobility of the disabled. And through the introduction of sign language and technology, we should encourage persons with disabilities to take part in arts, sports, culture, and recreational facilities. And there should be more teacher training in special education, and there should be more posts and positions for persons with disabilities. To enhance social support, we should enhance home care and emotional support, and there should be stress relief centers in all 18 districts. Lastly, we should have a timetable for setting up a database for carer, so as to identify high-risk cases as soon as possible.
Thank you, Chair Lady. Members of the press, I'm glad to have the opportunity to report to you the work of on development of Web3 and virtual assets in Hong Kong. The subcommittee is responsible for reviewing the development of Web3 and digital asset, the application of technology and development for such, and also we make proposals regarding the regulatory regime. We have conducted 6 meetings and we have 3 site visits. We have covered a lot of agenda items, including the regulation of digital asset trading, the protection of investors, stable coins, and also the development of Web3 ecology and fintech, and also the policy for nurturing relevant talents. We have made a lot of proposals to the government, and the major ones are as follows. We urge the government that while improving the regulatory regime for digital assets and protect investors, they should also enhance the development of the industry in Hong Kong so that they can have prosperous development. We also propose that enhancement measures should be drawn up to attract major international fintech enterprises to come to Hong Kong, and also to encourage the fintech industry to use digital technology and fintech so that they can upgrade and transform. We also hope that for the finance, trading, account, and legal sector, etc., the government can provide Web3 and fintech in-service training for them. We also suggest that for the secondary school curriculum, we should introduce blockchain and tokenization, etc., so that the general public will be familiarized with digital assets. Next, I would like to invite Mr. Bill Tang, who is responsible for strengthening and promoting the development of Kowloon East as the second CBD. Thank you, Chair Lady. And also, I would like to thank the Chairman of the Legislative Council and the Secretariat for organizing this subcommittee for us. And I think this is a very high-level arrangement. And also today we can have the press conference. The Chair Lady has already arranged for the report to be submitted to the relevant Policy Bureau, so that the members and the work of the Secretariat can be conveyed to the Policy Bureau and the relevant officers. For the subcommittee, we are trying to strengthen and promote the development of Kowloon East as the second CBD. This is a measure promoted by the government, and we are also concerned whether there are relevant industries and economic policies for the development of such. So we have conducted a lot of work on that, and I would like to tell you about that. We were established in June 2024. The subcommittee has conducted 6 meetings and also 3 local activities and visits. And we also invite members of the public to provide their views. We have conducted our study in 5 focus areas, and we have discussion with the relevant Policy Bureau. On overall planning, the members suggested that the administration should update the conceptual master plan for Kowloon East from time to time, and also consider about the development of low-altitude economy and 3D spatial layout. And also we should expedite interdepartmental collaboration on transport. We propose that there should be a link to be established, a mass transit system that is connecting the cruise terminal and the MTR Kai Tak station. And also we should promote water public transport services and also introduce a smart transport management system. We also promote that we should promote the yachting economy and enhance development of Kowloon East waterfront and make it a vibrant waterfront. On new industrialization, we think that we should encourage logistical and professional services to come to Hong Kong so that they can upgrade and transform the industrialization. And then also we should make reference to mainland examples to make use of the application of smart city technology. On cultural, sports, and tourism, we suggest that there should be more mega events to be held in the Kai Tak Sports Park, and also we should enhance the transport services for that. Next, I would like to invite the representative, Mr. Paul Chair, to talk about facilitating quick integration of new migrant talents into Hong Kong. This subcommittee has conducted 6 meetings, and we have discussed with relevant policy bureaus and departments to discuss about the measures to support the new migrants. And we also invite views from the members of the public. On the talent admission schemes, we discuss about the latest situation, and we also have support measures for them. And we also engage the Talent Engage Office and have comprehensive discussion with them. We have made a lot of proposals, including that the government should draw up a comprehensive policy for integrating new migrants into Hong Kong and support measures for them. There should be greater collaboration between the departments concerned from the angle of living, environment, entrepreneur, and education for the talent children. These are the areas that we should work on to facilitate them to stay in Hong Kong so that we can turn Hong Kong into a top talent hub. Also, we should have more survey and tracking of the new immigrants and also collect information about how their children are having education in Hong Kong so as to help them integrate. And we should also review the talent admission schemes from time to time and also look at the applications for renewal so that enhancement measures can be introduced in time to enhance that these measures can bring economic benefits to Hong Kong. Next, the Subcommittee on Studying the Effectiveness, Cost and Management of Public Works Projects, Mr. Michael Look. Thank you, Chair. Members of the public, members of the press, welcome. I would like to share with you the work of the subcommittee. Well, for the coming years, we all know that there will be a lot of constructions in Hong Kong. We are facing a golden era for developing our economy, but the Hong Kong construction cost is very high. In 2024, the International Construction Cost Index shows that Hong Kong is ranked 9th, and we are top for Asia. So this high construction cost has raised concern from the society. For the subcommittee, we have listened to the administration's explanation as to what are the major reasons for the high construction costs in Hong Kong, and also what measures can be introduced to reduce the construction costs. We have made 21 recommendations to the government. I would like to share with you the major ones. First, the subcommittee is very concerned that the government can play the role as a facilitator and enhance the efficiency of vetting and approving applications. Members are concerned about the lengthy approval process, which may affect the development of the Northern Metropolis, especially development of INT there. Also, we want the administration to simplify the procedures for vetting and approving projects, and also to establish the relevant KPIs. For consultancy service, the members suggest the administration should try to reduce the requirement for employing consultants, and also the technical assessment requirements should be simplified so as to remove redundancies, so as to enhance the speed of the projects. On construction materials, the subcommittee suggested that the administration should try to have central procurement for the general or common construction materials. But members are also concerned that for this measure, the price fluctuation risk may be transferred from the contractors to the government. So the administration has suggested that the administration should come up with countermeasures. Members also suggested for some general public works like schools or sports centers and public housing, they should adopt a standardized design so as to bring about the best value for money through central procurement. On the other hand, the members also suggested that the government should align the national standards and the Hong Kong standards so that the high-quality construction materials from the mainland can also be used in Hong Kong. Lastly, the subcommittee requested the administration should report to the government as to the effectiveness of the cost control measures so that members can continue to monitor the work and the cost of construction. Next, Ms. Elizabeth Kwok, who's on the subcommittee for developing smart city. Well, this is the first time that the subcommittees report our work to you in this format. I think this is a good move because in the past we have a lot of subcommittees and the members of the public may not be aware of the work of the subcommittees. So I think today this is a good way that we can report our work to you, so that you can understand that apart from the bills committees and other panels, we also have subcommittees which are discussing policy issues in depth. So I'm glad to report to you about the Subcommittee on Development of Smart City. The subcommittee started work in June 2024, and we have convened 9 meetings and conducted 4 local visits. We have discussed a lot of agenda items about further developing smart city, enhancing regional cooperation, and also measures to enhance smart citizens. We have put up a lot of recommendations. On the development of smart city, members suggested that the administration should draw up the Hong Kong Smart City Blueprint 3.0 so as to map out the new direction and new measures for developing smart city, also to enhance the low altitude economy development so as to enhance city management. Also, there should be coordination amongst government on the use of technology, like consolidating the IM Smart with other government apps so as to develop a single portal for online government services. On regional cooperation, we suggested that the government should develop a city brain and also to encourage the sharing of data amongst the GBA cities. And we should work closely with the GBA cities so as to deepen digital infrastructure and enhance the development of smart cities in the GBA. Also, on the smart city development, the administration suggests that the government should look to Singapore on the lifelong learning of AI to enhance the digital inclusion measures, so to enhance our elderly to make use of digital technology. Also, we should enhance the development of information technology and training of such.
Thank you. Now I invite the chairman of the Committee on HR Training and Planning to speak. Thank you, Chair. We have held 6 meetings and conducted focused discussions on a number of issues. And these are issues that we didn't have time to cover in the manpower panel, covering a number of areas. And they are the supply and demand trend of manpower, how to unleash potential workforce in Hong Kong, training of local and imported labor, and also development and promotion of quality frameworks, in order to learn from our neighboring cities on how to unleash potential women and elderly workforce. The Secretariat has conducted studies on Singapore and Japan, and it's found that in these places there are various measures to encourage women and elderly persons to join the workforce. We're of the view that this report will serve as useful reference for the government in formulating further measures to promote women and elderly persons to join the job market. And we urge the administration to improve childcare services, paternal leave, and encourage flexi work arrangements, and to consider legislating on age discrimination. We also suggest that the ERB should provide training for sectors with labor shortage, and it should also enhance its job referral and matching services, and it should continue to coordinate the continuing education fund and the white pack schemes. And for the construction sector and transport sector and residential care sectors, there should be further training, and we should consider letting drivers to come to Hong Kong for various training and sit for licenses, so as to save employers' costs. And we urge the administration to further enhance the acceptability and recognition of the qualifications framework. The government should take the lead in accepting these qualifications, and we urge the administration to further study how we can have targeted policies to enhance Hong Kong's competitiveness. I'd like to thank members of the subcommittee for their participation and views. I also like to thank the Secretariat for their support. And I invite the chairman of the subcommittee on developing Hong Kong into an international education hub, Mr. Tang Fei. Thank you. As you all know, we have 5 universities that are among the top 100 in Hong Kong. However, we have to work harder to promote Hong Kong's brand name in higher education. Now, we have visited the University of Applied Sciences. We've also invited views from the public and universities. We have submitted a series of recommendations to administration, such as setting up a task force to promote the Study in Hong Kong brand, to promote high-quality education development, to promote collaboration between the government and the business sector, to enhance supporting facilities for dormitories, to increase scholarship quota, to provide more job opportunities so as to attract outstanding students to come to study in Hong Kong, so that we can enhance our international influence and we can further our brand name in study in Hong Kong. Now, because the world situation is ever changing, we believe we should review and adjust our strategies to develop Hong Kong into an international education hub. We'll continue to advise the government on that. Thank you. I open the floor to the press. I'm from RTHK. Now, the subcommittees have made a number of recommendations. I'd like to ask how they rate the government in the effectiveness of implementing these proposals? And how would you expect the government to further support your work? Mr. Tankabiu. Of course, I advocated the setting up of the working group in 2011. The government confirmed that Kwun Tong, Kowloon Bay, Shampo Kong should be the second CBD in Hong Kong. But members' observation is that under the Development Bureau, an office was set up. However, it is biased towards land development and development of infrastructure. It has not worked on attracting enterprises and development of the industries. Now, we are now in the era of from governance to prosperity. We have to fight for our economy. We should all be very proactive. So we hope that the administration can have a very clear policy of giving precedence to industries in the second CDB. The administration has been very proactive in response. Very soon, together with Invest Hong Kong, and also Oasis, the office is going to set up communication platform so that in addition to providing the infrastructure in the second CDB, we should also encourage and attract strategic enterprises to Hong Kong. On the 27th of August, there will be a forum, and the government will be responsible for inviting participants. Now, each reply is going to be rather lengthy. As we all know, there is always room for improvement in terms of public policies. Subcommittees were set up under the House Committee and panels with the objective of making further recommendations to the administration. We had invited policy directors, bureau directors to meet with us on the 9 major subcommittees. Hopefully, some of our recommendations will be taken on board in the coming policy address by the CE. So if members may look at the appendix to our press release. Now, we have got various different structures on improving the living conditions of grassroots tenants and development of the GB, etc. You can see that many of our recommendations have already been adopted by the administration. Any further question, please? I'm from Ming Kao. So this term of the Council has set up quite a lot more subcommittees than before. Now, in the rules, there are only 10 that can be set up. Is there room for raising the ceiling of the number of subcommittees so that they don't have to wait so long before they can be activated? And the threshold for setting up subcommittees has been raised. Are you worried that in future some subcommittees to study certain issues may not be able to be established in the future because now there are 9 members. In future, if 12 is the floor, then you're worried that you cannot have this subcommittee. Now, I think you have misunderstood our rules. It's not that we have lower the number of subcommittees can be established. And as for the quota, in the last 4 years, we have set up 26 subcommittees relating to policy issues. I believe there are only 4 that cannot be activated. So for proposals made in the beginning of the term, I believe most of them can be entertained. To follow up issues, members can always use electrical question time panel and through other ways and means follow up on issues of their concern. We believe 10 subcommittees should be within our ability to cope. Apart from these subcommittees, there are other ways of means for members to follow up on issues.
Any further questions? Last one. I think a lot of people think that we should unleash women and the elderly to work, but at the same time, we are also importing labor from outside Hong Kong, and also we have a higher unemployment rate. So is there some conflict among these issues? Well, for public policy, I think there are various measures to achieve the objective of a public policy. But I think as a whole, this chief executive will take into account all the relevant issues. You will notice that for our recommendations, they will be put to the administration. And for the subcommittees, each of them have an objective when they were first set up. But as you say, for some policy, there may be situation whereby it will give rise to different issues in society. But I think we are all aware of that, and we will take a holistic view of all the relevant issues. Paul, you want to supplement to answer the question from Ming Pao? 3 observations. First, as the chair lady has said, we have more subcommittees, and also we are more efficient for this term of the legislature. In the past, their work may straddle 1 calendar year, and then hence a new subcommittee cannot be formed. But this year, the situation has changed. A lot of the subcommittees have been established in time, and I think this is a progress. Also, I want to supplement that for this term, you can see that a lot of the subcommittee chairmen are newly elected members, and it is a good opportunity whereby new members can take up the role of chairman, and it will give them a chance to enhance. So we would try to proceed in that direction. Thank you. Any further questions? Well, for members of the press, if you want to know the views of the individual subcommittee chairman, you can approach them individually. Thank you for coming.